Hello, today I'm gonna be doing Future of the World Season 2. In the trailer, I showed you that Madagascar,
Bobby,
most,
you want a cheese sandwich? I'll melt the cheese a little bit.
I said no. Most of Australia, southern tip of South America, didn't get nuked as much. But places that weren't nuked but survived because they have bunkers is Greenland and Switzerland. All the circled areas have survived the nuclear war. You see, after the Great Nuking, which I'll just call it that, humanity needs to rebuild in the ash. So let's get into it. I'll just put black all over the areas that have been destroyed, aka nuked to oblivion, that probably nobody survived. So, as it's representing the smoke cloud, this is what's got covered in ash. All this. This is what's covered in ash. The entire northern world got covered in ash. And parts of the southern world. This is all that got covered in ash. All this got covered in ash. And a bit of the lower world too. This is all that got covered in ash. Wild. Let me just...
Oh,
Well,
fucking stupid cat.
so let's get into it. So this is what the world looks like. The gray is all the smoke, and this is what's left of the world. And don't forget about Greenland, about this area, and this area have a lot of bunkers. So, they survived. So that would mean the North American Union, Switzerland survived in the Northern Hemisphere, even though they are covered in smoke. So, let's look at this. With the smoke starting to set in as many people get killed, and I'll just say that South America isn't doing too well, nor is Africa, but Australia is surprisingly doing good. Billions of people died. Ow. And then we have a formation of the new country, the Antarctic Union.
Cats are white. And what color is light? Is black.
It's Radical Jacoby, here to go over with some of the natural problems they will have to deal with in this nuclear apocalyptic wasteland. Number 1. Due to the radiation and squids' natural ability to alter their own genetics, there's going to be a problem. Many squids are going to start taking up niches of now extinct species, and possibly even start moving onto land, leading to a massive overpopulation of probably crab-like squid creatures, and even theoretically, if they were to take a not alligator, well, actually, yeah, an alligator-like lifestyle would evolve their side propelling fin-like structures into actual legs, starting to move onto land and acting as a major danger with their ability to change color, camouflaging perfectly into their environment and performing perfect mimicry.
Okay. As my brother just
And
said,
Antarctica will also start to turn green, leading to massive penguins starting to turn into more bird-like species, and species of massive grasses starting to turn into pine trees. Well, not pine trees. What is it called? Palm tree.
as he just said, there's a lot of biological changes happening, especially in the northern hemisphere with octopi. And also in Antarctica, as Antarctica's finally turning green.
Which is a major problem.
Yeah.
But basically, the dinosaurs are just returning from the dead.
Yeah.
Not literally, but penguins are starting to turn more aggressive, starting to evolve with teeth-like structures.
Yeah.
Some turning into more aquatic by the second.
So the reason that these nukes, which caused all this ash, got so large, is that they were not colonizing, testing the nukes on Mars. So Mars is a very interesting place. I'll say that. So let's get into the stuff. With the new Survivor League beginning, and the Survivors League, with this Survivor League, consists of the new Antarctic Union, South American Tip, the African Tip, and Madagascar, and of course, Australia and New Zealand. So that's the little league of the survivors. Oh yeah, it also consists of Greenland and Switzerland. Switzerland is finally getting into an alliance. Yay! With eventually they all starting to unite. So they have actually a bit of a chance at surviving. But not thriving. I need to make that clear. This. With the biological changes being a major problem, as my brother just said, Madagascar now looks something like this, a bit bigger, but smaller by the tip. Yeah, this is the map of all the areas that have not been nuked, not including the ocean. With this great union beginning, and you could kind of see the other areas, mostly except the North American, through the ash. So let's look at the geographical changes. So all the area in ash covering South America is now rainforest. So
also,
So with this new kind of what I'll call a world war, because most of the world is covered in ash. Yes, I just said that this was a union, but the union collapsed a good bit ago. With an encouragement into the tips of Antarctica and a little blue encouragement into South Africa, which is practically all this is, a South African empire. But then they push back, which is good. And eventually, the blue team comes on top with this. With society starting to break down, and then a new nation pops up. An orange nation. South America. Yeah, very confusing name. Forms and practically instantly collapses. But then they form back. But then another little society, little area forms down here. What we're seeing here is called a civil war. We have a yellow, an orange, and a red. Eventually, the borders look something like this. Ow, I say for South America. And, South America is not doing so hot. As, this nation collapses practically, but not fully yet. They don't collapse fully yet. This all started because of nuclear war. That's why all this world is very small. So now we have 3 more nations, and a new nation forms here. Named the Antarctic Tip Society. Yes. And then another nation forms over here. Very fast. And as you can see, this is a chain reaction. And this is very bad for the Antarctics, as they do not want to completely collapse like the South Americans. So they try to send a peace treaty through all this area. That they do not want any more wars. So this area accepts. That peace treaty is good. This area accepts and becomes part of its own nation. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, kind of 7, 9, 10. 9 or 10 nations. Okay, so as you can see, Antarctica is right now the biggest nation. Then probably comes Australia, then this nation, or Madagascar with its new colony. So we're just gonna have all this pink colors. Australia keeps itself together, but New Zealand splits into 2. Yep, New Zealand splits into 2 islands. These 2. So this is our new world borders for now. Oh yeah, Antarctica right now is just hills. If you guys know what Iceland looks like, it's practically look at that green hills. This is the end of this video. Peace. Bye, guys. Oh yeah, by the way, happy 4th of July! See ya.
Goodbye.
Peace.